Hello and welcome to episode 4 of my Cup of Yarn podcast. My name is Clara and I'm a knitter based in South Moravia, which is a region in the Czech Republic. And this is my knitting podcast, obviously. And if you are new here, welcome, and I hope you will enjoy my content. If you are a returning viewer, I'm also pleased you're back and that you have subscribed to my channel. Today I want to share with you my knitting progress. I have just one finished object and the rest of it is just those are the swips. But I got also new yarn. So I can talk about that. And some of you requested or asked if I can talk more about Czech yarn and indie dyers and so on. So we'll see how long this episode is going to be, and if it's not too long, I can share some information about Czech yarn and Czech dyers at the end this video. So I probably should start with what I'm wearing. This is Anker's cardigan by Petite Knit. I knitted it with vanilla, which is a yarn from Philcolana company in the colorway, oh my god, marzipan. Yeah, but I don't want to talk about this pattern more or in further detail, because I'm planning to do a Petite Knit video or Petite Knit episode, and because I've knitted quite not a lot, but at least 5 garments designed by her. So I want to devote a separate episode to all of the Petite Knit designs I have ever knitted. But so I want to record this episode sooner, but I didn't have much time. Actually, I thought that by this time I won't be pregnant anymore, but it didn't happen. And the reason why I didn't record any sooner was because my father was staying with us this whole weekend. And he was helping us with putting up some shelves and just the things around the house or flat, let's say, because my husband is more like an IT guide and DIY guy, so we really needed our father to come and help us. He didn't come because of that, primarily, but it was a good opportunity to use his skills, and I could have recorded actually something, but I always think when someone's visiting I will get some rest because they can play with my son and so on, but in the end I'm always more tired than usual because my son is always so, excited about the other person, in this case, the grandpa, that he doesn't want to go to sleep at night. He's so active, more than usual. He is all over the place. So I have to cook more, I have to clean more, and I have to entertain the people visiting. So in the end, it's more exhausting than a normal day for me. Oh my god, sorry. I need to clean my nose. That's why I didn't record this episode sooner or earlier. I don't know, I don't care. So, I don't know if I told you about one of my stash yarns, but I got in my stash this plate of Plötulopi and this ball of silk mohair. This is the color. The Plötulopi is the light ash heather colorway, and this I really don't know because I don't have the deck anymore. But it's Sensai mohair, which is really good. And I talked about Sensai in my previous episode. So that's it. And I got those two, and I really wanted to get rid of the stash yarn, and they look really great together, I think. And again, if you have been following my Instagram, you know I cast on an improvised hat, which I can show you. Where is it? Oh, one moment. It's here. It really is I will put the photo here because I don't really want to put this on right now. And I did a simple twisted ribbing and stuck in it, and then I realized I don't really like hats. Like, I like them, but I don't like how they flatten my hair, and then I know, I look like a golem after wearing a hat. So I decided to leave this hole for a ponytail. And you can probably see that in the photo right now. It's again, really simple hat. I just grabbed 4mm needles and did this long tube. Then I did some decreases, but I always knit on double pointed needles. And I don't know, maybe when knitting with Plötulopi, you have to be very careful because the yarn is quite brittle and it like separates easily. And I didn't pull that tightly, between the two DPNs probably, but this happened. That it's kind of looks like loose stitches, but I don't really mind. It's like on those 4 places around the head. It's where I did the decreases. So I did like 5 rounds of decreases. It's quite a steep, and then 6 rounds of ribbing. It's tubular cast on and tubular bind off because that's what I like the most. And yeah, so I think I'm ready for winter because I don't usually wear hats. I don't need that with this on my head. But when it's below 0, I might want to have something. Usually I have problem with my ears because when it's windy, even in summer, my ears hurt really bad. So that's like more of a head or really long headband. I don't know, but I know I will use it because I can, have my ponytail there. And my original intention was to get rid of the yarn, which I obviously didn't achieve. So this is, I think, 37 grams, and this is 55. So I have still more than I need to finish another hat or something else. I was thinking about making a cowl to go with this, but it's Plötulopi, it's kind of toothy, and I'm not sure I want to have something like that around my neck. And with the baby coming, and I wear my babies in scarves and carriers, I don't think it would be quite practical to have such a, for babies, harsh yarn around my neck where my baby's head's going to be. So I decided to knit another hat. And this time it would be a regular hat, no holes on the top. And I already thought about the design. So again, if you want to follow my Instagram, if you will be following my Instagram, you'll see what design I have in mind. This is fully improvised. Oh, light. And I don't know, I just grabbed 4mm needles and I did the ribbing. I didn't change the needles. So if I were to do this again, I would definitely knit it, did ribbing on smaller needles, and I would also make this shoulder. It's kind of long because originally I wanted a hat. Now there's this hole, so it's maybe too unnecessarily long, but I think it's always better than when it's too short. So this is going to be another hat. Maybe I will give it to someone. I don't know. Oh, the lights today is kind of changing. Yeah. So what now? I can talk about... Oh, I hate the lights today. I can show you my whips. So, and actually a new yarn, because I got the new yarn and I cast on. So this is the yarn I bought for my next sweater, which I'm currently knitting on. It's the can you see that? I'm not sure. It's the Lamauld from CaMaRose. It's a Danish yarn company, and it's 50% llama or alpaca. Just llama. This is the difference. I don't know. And 50% virgin wool. It's a rustic yarn, but really, really squishy and soft. And this is, for me, it's the first time working with llama wool or llama fiber. And it looks quite different. You can't see it like on the video, but you know, it feels like it's really tight, but loose at the same time. Those whole fibers are really long, I think. So it creates kind of interesting, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Oh, it's just kind of interesting fiber. No. It's not. I don't know, sorry for that. Just, yeah, it's sharp like that. But yeah, you can see it. I don't know how to describe it, but it's really, really nice. So if you are afraid of knitting with alpaca or some other fiber, don't be. I was really, really surprised in a good way. And what am I knitting with it? I have it in this bag. This actually was a kind of, you know, funny, you know, oh my god, I just text on it, like it happens. And it was a Christmas present for me. I just sent the link to my husband. I want this bag. He gave it to me, and it's like, you know, it's custom made or not custom made. Just you have to order it, and they will sew it for you. And I can link the person who makes these bags down below. It's probably more useful for my Czech viewers than for the rest of you, like 99% of you, but still. And yeah, one more thing about this yarn. I actually bought this yarn because I wanted to cast on the zipper jacket from Petite Knit, and she used mohair with a yarn from this unpronounceable spinnery, Hjemold Uld spinnery, something like that. It's a really famous spinnery in Denmark. And this actually CaMaRose Lamauld has the same like yardage, weight, it's Aran, but I wasn't able to get a gauge. I didn't want to use the mohair, so I thought it might be the problem. I swatched with mohair and I still didn't get the gauge, or I did, but I didn't like the fabric density at all. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. And I was looking at Petite Knit's other designs, and I have been wanting to cast on something ripped for a very long time. And I really liked her vertical stripes sweater. So that's the project I'm currently working on. And that's what I have so far. It's 4x4 rib. And again, I did the tubular cast on, and the construction is bottom up. But the sleeves are picked up and worked top down, which is probably the most perfect construction, at least for me, because I think in the last episode I talked about the fact that I really like the bottom-up approach, because, you know, the body is the first, you need the body, which is the boring part for me, and then you need the yoke, and but I didn't like the fact that you have to knit the sleeves bottom up as well. But in this case, you need them top down. Perfect for me. And yeah, so this is what I have. I need like 1/2 of the body. Yeah, this is the 1/2 of the body. And as you can see, when you just, yeah, it's the 4x4 rib. Again, it's so squishy, it's rustic, but so soft, and I think this will be really nice sweater. And I think it's going to be kind of drapey, which is something I opted for. Yeah, I want something I really wanted. And I realized also all my sweaters are cropped. I have like this Plötulopi sweater is something between cropped and full length, and this is cropped. Ilta pullover is cropped. How Deep Is Your V sweater is kind of cropped. So I want this really to be long, and I'm knitting the size S, which is the second one, I think. Yeah, so this is like half of the body, and then, you know, imagine it's going to be like that high or that long before the sleeve separation. I think this will turn out like really great. It will be this squishy, long sweater, and I love the color. The color is called camel. I think just camel or dark camel. I'm not sure. Maybe it's written here. No, there is camel. Camel, and the color number is 6234. It's perfect. What else did I wanted to say about this? I think nothing else. Yeah, I did the gauge. Did get the gauge right away. Just grabbed 4mm needles, and that was it. And I did the ribbing with 3.5. I think. Yeah, but then look at that. It's going to be so nice. And it's got a nice smell. So that's one whip I have. Actually, I could have had 2 finished objects, because last time I showed you my Oslo hat, which I'm knitting for my best friend. And I also talked about it. I did the professional cast on and started with in half of the hat, and wanted to knit the body of the hat and the crown first, and then the ribbing, because I wasn't sure one skein of Merino and mohair I have for this will be enough. And when I finished the body of the hat, I measure it and I find out it's really, really tight or small. It just wouldn't fit. And that's probably because I swatched for this hat almost a year ago, and my knitting tension has obviously changed, so I knit tighter now as I'm more experienced and I knit more. So I had to rip it all back, which was kind of, I really didn't want to, but there's no point in knitting it further because it wouldn't fit. So and then this like not successful try was knitted with 3.25 millimeter needles, and then I tried with 3.75, and it was probably okay with the gauge, but I didn't like the fabric density. Like it was, I don't know, it was like too not see-through, but I think it might be denser. So after knitting a few centimeters again, I ripped it all back, and I went for 3.5, which was kind of like the fabric density is okay, and I get the gauge as well. So because of this, I wasn't able to finish it. Oh, that's not it. This is it. But I was able to finish the body, the crown, and now I'm knitting the brim. So it looks like that. Oh, the color is totally different. Maybe no. Yeah, maybe this. It's like more. It's too red on the camera. It's not as red as, it's more purple, maybe. Yeah, and this, no, it's still too red. So maybe when I finish it, then I will put some photos on Instagram. You will be able to see the real color, or you can try doing this. No. No, it's still, yeah, maybe, but it's still not as red as what you can see. And yeah, you could also see a lot of loose ends, because when you're ripping out wool and mohair, I don't know, it gets messy even though if you really try. And I made a perfect ball of it, but when I was knitting, it just tangled somehow. I don't know how. And I was trying to detangle it, and I was kind of successful, but still, there was this last part. It was like this messy ball of mohair and wool. So I just cut it off and throw it away. So that's why I have those loose ends here, and I was, attaching the new mini ball of yarn, and no, still not the color. That's it. So basically, what you knit, it should look like this. It's the top part in stockinette, and this looks like, it's reverse stockinette, but the idea is that the brim is going to be really long, and then you just fold it. So only the stockinette part is going to be visible. And now I've knitted, I think, like 10 centimeters of the brim. I need 20, and I have this much yarn left. So I really think it's going to be enough, maybe more than enough. And I hope I will finish this this week. And the reason why I wasn't sure it's going to be, and the first version was the with a small needle size, was the size S, and when I changed the needle size, I also went size up to size M, and it's enough. Why I wasn't sure whether it will be enough or not was because there's like one skein of mohair and wool for the size small and 2 skeins for the size medium. But the yarn Petit Knit used had like small yardage or meterage. She used, I think, Arvetta and Tilia from Filcolana, and they're about like 210 meters maybe. But this is knitting for Olive's Merino, which has 250 meters per ball, and Ito Sensai, I believe, and Ito Sensai has also 230 or 250 meters per ball. So I do have more meters of yarn, so that should be enough even for the size medium. So maybe just, you know, I didn't realize that the meterage is different in the for the yarn I'm using. So it's always good to count the meters, not the amount of balls recommended. And I really like when I see a pattern and there is a like not written how many balls of yarn you need, but how many meters of it you need. It's more helpful. Okay, you can just count it and recount it, but it's extra work. So it's easier when, at least for me, when there is information about meters and not how many skeins or balls of yarn you need. That's it. So that's another whip. And my last whip. Oh, okay, and I'm always like jumping. I said I want to cast on another socks, like these Sunday socks, and I didn't. But never mind. They just, FYI, I didn't. So I'm not going to show any socks today. And the last whip is, in the last video I talked about this really rustic yarn I got from second-hand yarn, let's say, and I wanted to knit my own design with that, and I talked about it as well. But then, I don't know, I tried it and I wasn't like fully satisfied with the way it looked. I tried some German short rows with cables, which is not impossible, but I don't know, it gave me such a headache that I decided I'm not going to do that, and I will cast on a project I liked, which is similar to what I wanted to do. Design or knit, and it's the, I can't speak Scottish, Wreath, I don't know, but it's a design by Kate Davis. It's a really nice cabled pullover, turtleneck pullover, and I get the gauge with this yarn quite easily. It's first you knit it flat and you do the neck shaping, and then you join to knit in the round and just work your way through. It's going to be a really long-term project, because I don't know, I am able to finish like 4 to 6 rows in 2 hours. It's it's not that fast, but I really do enjoy it. And you can't see much of it, but there's 2 different types of cables. There is the sleeves are in moss stitch or C-stitch. That's also one thing. I just read moss stitch and I swatched with K1 P1 for 2 rows, and you alter that on every 3rd row. And then I found out that moss stitch in US is something different than moss stitch in England or UK. And that moss stitch, it's in England is basically seed stitch that you do K1 P1, but you change it in every row. So in the end, I actually didn't swatch for this this pattern or this structure, but the gauge is still okay, so that's good. And I can, my cable is kind of short, so I can't show you how it looks properly. But last week I went to Brno, to my local yarn shop, and I bought the knitting barber cables. If you don't know what it is, it's basically, I'm opening that for the first time, actually. It's like this kind of cable. There are 3 of them, 75 centimeters twice and more than, I don't know. Yeah, and 150 centimeters once. And it's perfect for when your cable is not long enough and you need to try it on or show the work. Oh, I dropped it. To someone. So you can just this. No, I always I have interchangeable needles, and I always put a stitch marker through, so my stitches won't slip when I'm not working on it. Kind of useful. And I'm doing this for the first time, so I hope it will work. But basically the idea is that you put it on your needle like that, and now we can only pray it won't fall out. And then you can just, slide the stitches, and oh, I'm afraid it won't work. Just careful. I think it's going to be okay. As rustic yarn is kind of toothy, is maybe why it's not. It doesn't go as smoothly, but here we go. Okay, so now you can see how it looks. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't look like anything, but this is the panel on the back. It's a really nice cable work, and this is a seed stitch or moss stitch on sleeves, and as you can see, the front panel is much shorter because of the neck shaping, and looks like that. I did half of the raglan increases, so it should be like, that long before I separate the sleeves. And I knit the size number 3, which should give me about 5 centimeters of positive ease. And I'm really happy with how it looks. And that you actually pick up stitches around the neckline after you finish the sweater, and you do the turtleneck. So it's not much, but still probably it gives you an idea on how this sweater is going to look like. And it's really clearly written. I cast on once, but I did the first rows like 3 times because it's actually my first time knitting cables, if I don't count the Higu season socks. And I was it's charted only, and I was kind of confused maybe, I don't know, I just needed some time to realize how I should do this. And also, you can see it here, I kind of messed up the increases. So, because you have to like K1, increase K1, increase K1. And I knit just the middle stage between the increases, and then it didn't really work. And when I was like in this section, I realized, okay, it's not going to work. So I ripped it back, and with crochet hook, I just, you know, redid these stitches. So it's, you know, you can see there is it's kind of loose here, but I think it will improve once I wash it and look it, you know. And if not, you know, I don't really care. I was just happy I don't have to rip it all back, because, as I said, it takes a lot of time to even finish. I think this may be like 8 hours of work, and when you look at the amount of fabric, it's not much. So that's it, and now we shall see if this cable thingy is working. So now you should just, you know, just pull it, and but again, I think it's the yarn problem, not the cable problem, because I saw how they do it on YouTube. So I was watching the podcast from Vodněné sestry, which is a podcast created by the owners of my favorite local yarn shop, and it was and it was done. But they were knitting with such rustic wool, I think. And maybe I'm just too scared. Because, you know, it's actually really, really, you know, like strong. Just holds. But I'm just scared, and I don't want to lose any stitches. So anyhow, it's still a really good thing, and it's done. Okay, so how strong it is? Oh, yeah. I think just my fear was unnecessary. Never mind. Yeah, put this back. My secure thingy. So that's the last whip I have. Here. Yeah. So this is the Knitting Barber's cables, I want to call it, or cords, not cables, cords. I think it should be, it's a cord. Yeah, cords. And you have this really nice, like those. You can put it down. Yeah. TKB cords. Definitely cords. I don't know what TKB stands for. But never mind. And as you can see, they come in different colors. I wanted the brown color, and I got it. It was the last on the e-shop, I think. And when I was in Brno, and Vodněné sestry yarn shop, I also bought this skein. It's BioBalance from the BC Garn, which is also again Danish yarn company. It's 55% pure organic wool and 45% pure organic cotton. And I bought this, and the color is 06, number 6. And it's kind of like, I don't know, it resembles, like, I don't know. And I looked at that, it was like, and field in the middle of October, you know, this yellowish, brownish, really nice color. It's too bright. Yeah, that's how it looks like. I don't know. I really love this color. And I bought this skein to knit a headband for myself. And I needed some cotton wool blend because, as I said, when it's windy, my ears hurt really badly. But it might be windy in summer or right now when we have almost 20 degrees outside, but it's really windy. And I can't wear a headband, like 100% wool headband, because my brain would cook. So I went for this blend and I hope it will be just okay. And I'm not sure about the pattern. I don't want to improvise maybe, and I seen that Sari Nordlund has a pattern for really nice simple headband. I think it's called simple headband, and it's twisted on the front, and this should be, yeah, just a meterage. It's just there's enough meters for this project, and even the gauge should be okay because I can like he's written 25 stitches per 10 centimeters, and I think it's the exact gauge you need for the headband as well. So I just need to make ball from this and I can knit a headband, which I will wear probably even now in autumn. As I said, I really need to cover my ears only when it's really cold or really windy. So this is going to be a headband. And I think I would like, and I think that's really all I wanted to talk about today. I don't have any new wool. Oh, actually I'm expecting a delivery in tomorrow or in 2 days time, and it's going to be wool from Retasaria, which is a Portuguese yarn company, and I'm going to knit a cardigan for my husband with it. I don't have it right now. I talked about CaMaRose, about all that. I will talk in more detail about Plötulopi yarn in my Icelandic wool knitting projects video episode. But I want to finish my whips first. I have 2 more whips, 2 more projects I'm knitting with Plötulopi. But I want to finish them first because before I record a video about them. So if you're interested about my thoughts on Plötulopi and Plötulopi, just please wait. I want to finish those garments first. Yeah, so that's it. That's all I think I wanted to cover. And it's about 40 minutes right now. It's enough. I don't know, maybe I can grab this. Not this, again, wrong bag. And I can talk about the Czech yarn. If you're interested, stay. If you're not, have a nice day and go somewhere else. Where's the needle? Yeah, here. So, Czech yarn. I was thinking about this topic like for the whole week, I think, because I wasn't sure what I'm going to tell you, because I have to, yeah, that's the right side right now. Because I think that in the Czech Republic there is no like really long knitting tradition as in Norway or in Scandinavia in general. And so knitting is considered like a hobby for grannies, and even the people who are grandmas now, they don't usually knit. So it was like last generation grandmothers. And during the communistic era, I didn't live back then, but what I know, there wasn't people weren't able to buy like high quality yarn or even natural fiber yarn. Like everything was acrylic and so on. So you can't really expect that we have any good yarn brand or yarn company here. But we are lucky enough to have a really good shops, either showrooms or e-shops. I think that more of them are e-shops, and some of them have their own showrooms where you can see the yarn, and you can buy high quality yarn like Vilcolana, Middelintosh, Jamieson and Smith, CaMaRose, Malabrigo yarns, and so on. Sandnes Garn, for example. But those are, of course, like foreign brands. And you want to know more about Czech yarn. So there's actually one company. It's called Vlna, I think. Vlna is the Czech word for wool. And they have, I don't know, maybe 20 different types of yarn. But when I looked at that, it's what I thought. Like maybe 3 of them are Merino, 100% Merino, or wool. But I'm not sure about the quality of it, because you can't really find any information about when they resource their wool. Whether it's mulesing-free wool, for example, or something ecological, and I don't believe it is. So I wouldn't definitely buy this yarn. And the rest of it is, again, like polyamide or acrylic blend, or when you are lucky, and the rest is maybe cotton or candlelight or 100% acrylic yarn, so it's nothing good. And then there is for example, another yarn, not specifically yarn company, but a textile company, but they only produce cotton yarns. So no, we don't have anything like Jamieson and Smith or Sandnes Garn, or I don't know, just any like big famous yarn company with good wool. And I don't know, maybe even as I talked about the yarn shops, even if you'd go to a regular yarn shop, you wouldn't find anything of good quality. It would be this Vlna wool or just 100% cotton, and that's it. So if you want this really good yarn, you need to know where to go, or exactly where to go. So as I mentioned this wool shop many times, so my most favorite yarn shop is called Vlněné sestry, and I will put all the links down below. And so again, it's more useful information for my Czech or Slovakian viewers maybe, but never mind. Vlněné sestry. They have, like, what they offer, it's amazing. And they're constantly growing and offering more and more brands, which is great. They're based in Brno. Another great yarn shop is called Hladce Obrace. Hladce means to knit, and Obrace means to purl. So it's actually to knit to purl, if you were to translate it. And for example, there's the one shop that offers knitting for olives. Yeah, so that's really great. They're the only ones, I think. And the last, there's a Wool Point. Again, it's another shop. They have similar yarns to those previous ones. And the last one I really do like is Yarn Queen Prague. So obviously they are based in Prague. And they also offer a wide range of really good yarn. And some accessories and knitting equipment, like all of them do. So those are my favorite 4 Czech shops. And this is more like a commercial part of this topic, where you can buy yarn in the Czech Republic or about the Czech yarn. And then I was looking for those indie dyers, for example, or just indie wool yarn sellers. And there's a platform in the Czech Republic. It's called Flea, and it's basically Czech version of Etsy. I don't know which one came first, but it's basically Czech Etsy. And then I found quite a lot of people who sell yarn, and even their hand-dyed yarn, hand-spun yarn. And but again, I was kind of disappointed that a lot of them, although they sell hand-dyed yarn, they usually sell like acrylic blends, which is not something I would buy. Again, it depends on your preferences. And when I found those people who are sellers with hand-dyed and hand-spun yarn, I found a few of them, and I will link them down below or even here. They do sell, of course, the yarn, and it's incredibly pricey, at least for us. So you have like one skein, about 300 meters, for example, of hand-spun hand-dyed yarn, and it can cost about 700 Czech crowns, which is maybe like, I don't know, $30 to $40 per skein, which is pricey, I think. But of course, you have to appreciate the just all handmade. So I would love to buy yarn like this, but it would be something like special to me. I would save money for that. And one of these people I really liked has a really funny name. She's on Instagram as well, so I can link her Instagram account. Her Instagram account, it's like Předu, which is like the Czech English version of the word Předu, which literally means I spin. And I like this, language twist in it. And she has a really beautiful yarn, and it's even beautifully dyed. So check her out if you want to. And the rest of the dyers, I wasn't sure. They were, again, as I said, they work with acrylic blends, and I wouldn't buy it, so I don't want to talk about it. That's it. I can actually see how I'm knitting, right? But this one, I think it's her yarn must be really, really great. So that's like on my wish list right now. And there is one more indie dyer. Her brand is called Emitery Yarns. Emitery because her two daughters are called Emilia and Teresa, I think, so Emitery. And yeah, I think she uses 100% merino, so if you're into that, you can look at her. And she collaborates, or maybe I think she collaborates like, from time to time with the Woolen Sisters, Vlněné Sestry yarn shop. And they together created even their own line of yarns. It's always a limited edition, limited line. And they're called music singles. So just the two ladies behind Vlněné Sestry, they just, as I understand it, they pick their favorite songs. And the dyer behind Emitery Yarns, she listens to it and dye the wool in a way, like how she feels the song, then she creates the colorway for it. So it's kind of interesting concept and I really love it. I'm not a person who likes like bright colors or really like, you know, you can see what I choose for my knitting. So I like earth tones and more solid colors, no speckles, no fades, and those hand-dyed yarns, they usually are really bright, or you know, they have this like features I don't necessarily want in my knitting. So in general, this yarn or those skeins are beautiful, but I wouldn't buy them because it's not my cup of tea, really. But again, interesting concept to dye wool based on song. And it's called music singles. And there are even like singles, like in, you can call even yarn is in singles, if you know what I mean. So it's again like language joke, language twist, maybe a little bit. So that's about the Czech yarns, and I'm so sorry if I got this wrong, but it's just my impression of the Czech yarn scene, let's say. And I must say it's definitely improving. I think more and more people, they really want to knit with natural fibers and high quality yarn, and that's why even we have now at least four shops, wool shops, yarn shops, where you can buy it. So the demand is here. A lot of people are kind of repulsed because of the price. Okay, it's pricier. You can get it cheaply because it's not acrylic, but it's worth it. And usually people say, okay, I tried material for 2,000 Czech crowns, which is about, I don't know, $100, and I fell in love with it and I'm never going back. So it just the initial investment, let's say, and you can then see how good yarn can be, and that the knitting or crocheting with it's a completely different, it's on completely different level. So I'm really glad that this is developing here. And actually, when I was looking for some unspun yarn, there are definitely a lot of farms, sheep farms in the Czech Republic, but they don't usually sell, the wool. So I don't know why. Maybe again, there's no demand for it. but I don't know. That's it. I would buy it, for example. I would love to try it. Maybe in a few years, in 10 years time, it will be different even here. We'll see. So I think this information might be a little bit disappointing for those who were interested about something like great Czech, typical Czech yarn. We don't have that. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, I think. Yeah. Maybe I know Inti, that's Emitarians and Předu. That's those two accounts I really wanted to mention. That we have this stupid yarn company. Oh, stupid, sorry. Not good yarn company. And yeah, that's it, I think. So, maybe my thoughts on what's coming next. So, next episode is, I don't know, but it's a really big question mark because I'm 39 weeks pregnant right now. So, I really do believe that this upcoming weekend is going to be the weekend. And then I'm not sure how much time I'm going to have for knitting and even for recording, but I hope I'll have the time because I'm really enjoying it and I love to read your comments and yeah, just interact with you. It's like just this me time twice a month. And I will definitely talk about finished objects, which I should have more of them next time. And I could show you the retrosaria yarn. I actually have 2 balls of retrosaria Vovo yarn here, and I'm not sure what to do with it. And this is the yarn I'm waiting for is retrosaria Brusca. So another base, retrosaria base. So I could, talk about it a little bit and compare them, for example, if you're interested. If you don't know retrosaria, it's a Portuguese yarn company run by Retrosaria Pomar. And I always said Retrosaria Pomar, Maria Pomar. I'm sorry, Maria Pomar, I think is her name. And the yarn is like all the steps involved in production of this yarn are ecological and ethical, which is something I'm always looking for. It's great. And it's not pricey at all. I think the price is really good. So if you're looking for something like this, please check them out. The yarn is beautiful. They don't have that many colorways. Or that it's enough, I think, that you can choose from. But let's say it's ecological, ethical, and really nice. Sourced in Portuguese only. So I'm really looking forward to the delivery of that yarn. So that is like my thoughts on the next episode. And maybe if you're interested, I can talk. I said to you that my father was staying this weekend, and tomorrow is the Saint Wenceslav Day in the Czech Republic, and Saint Wenceslav is the patron of our country. So it's a bank holiday tomorrow, and because of that, at the weekend there was in the town nearby, there were Saint Wenceslav's festivities, which is again something like it looks like a historical fair. A lot of stands with traditional traditional food and craftsman stands, and you can buy, you know, wicker baskets and knives, and there's a blacksmith always. Slovakian cheese and spices and just all the good things. And we bought a lot of food. I don't have photo for you, sorry, but yeah, I wanted to talk about. Yeah, it was just, it's so nice. I love those things. It's so typical for Czech Republic to have these fairs and festivities, and it's like almost the same every time, but I do enjoy it every time, and I do enjoy like going around the stands and looking on the products and what they are offering and so on. So and my father bought me knife. It's because I have really bad knives at home, and this should be a Damascus steel. I hope I'm saying it correctly. So I'm the best steels available. Type of steel, the best type of steel available, and it looks really historic, but it's a kitchen knife, and I haven't used it yet, but it should be super sharp, and it was a really nice gift from my father. He bought it for himself, and then he gave it to me. He changed his mind, and yeah, we bought sheep cheese and frgál, which is like typical Moravian pie with again with different fillings. So we bought tvaroh, which is like cottage cheese, let's say, with blueberries, and then some walnut filling, and you can even have like, I don't know, different kind of fruit in it. Of course, it's best if it's homemade, but these weren't that bad. And what else? Drop my needle. Sorry. Ugh. Yeah, so that's it. What else did we buy? I don't know. Just we always buy food. Just like, you know, who doesn't like food, right? I know, because some of you also asked me if I can like share some photos of these traditional dishes or fruits, and I unfortunately didn't take any photos, but you can just imagine how it looks, or you can just Google frgál and you'll see how it looks. It's like this really big pie. Okay, so that's really all from my side. It's already been an hour, so I think I don't want to bore you. If I did, I'm sorry for that, but you can always, you know, like, stop the video and go somewhere else, so it's up to you. And I finished another round, so I think this is going to be the end of this episode. Yeah. So thank you again if you're still watching, and even if you don't, you can't hear me. So yeah, that wasn't my sense. So thank you for watching, and leave a comment below, or you can always write to me on Instagram or on RAVELRY, as I said before. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for listening, and bye bye.